Welcome to Seminar 21, where we're going to review for Exam 3. So you have two choices, well, really three choices to take the exam. You could take it Monday, October 23rd. If you are going to take it Monday, October 23rd, I have a scheduling conflict, so please let me know if you want to take it Monday, October, well, what's it say? Yeah, that's Monday, October 22nd. No. Monday, October 23rd. That is correct. Okay. If you're going to take it Monday, October 23rd, please let me know. Otherwise, you can take it on Wednesday, October 25th. And if you really want to, I can allow you to take it Thursday, October 26th at 7:35 p.m. Okay, so let's get started on that review. And so, finding the degree of each polynomial if possible. All right, so remember, polynomials' degree is determined by either the largest exponent you see in a polynomial, like 3y to the fifth minus 9, or in the case where there's multiple variables, x, y seventh, that's an 8th degree term, 2 plus 1 is a 3rd degree term, and x to the first is a 1st degree term. The largest exponent I see anywhere there is an 8, so that polynomial is degree 8. And remember, polynomials, they can't have negative exponents on them. They can't have any division by a variable. Remember, t to the negative 1 is 1 over t. So polynomials, you can't divide by variable. You can't take the square root of them, that sort of thing. So this is not even a polynomial. So it definitely doesn't have a degree then. And you can't classify it as a monomial, binomial, or trinomial because it's not a polynomial. And the first one, since there's 3 terms, this is a trie for 3. And 3y to the fifth minus 9 is a binomial. Okay. Evaluating a polynomial at variables. So the trick to this one is wherever you see an x, replace it with parentheses and then put in the number. The y, replace it with parentheses and put in the number. Minus 2x squared, that's a negative 1 squared, times a negative 3, minus 4 times whatever negative 3 cubed is. So that's all multiplication there. 2 multiplied by negative 1 cubed is negative 1. Negative 3 squared is negative 3 times negative 3, which is 9. Minus 2 times negative 1 squared is a positive 1 times negative 3. And negative 4 times negative 3 cubed is negative 27. Now we multiply all of these. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, times 9 is negative 18. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, times negative 3 is positive 6. And negative 4 times negative 27 is a positive 108. 108 plus 6 is 114. And negative 18 plus 114 is 114 minus 18. Ten minus 1 is 9. So that equals 96. All right, now we look at the operations defined in polynomials. Multiplying, adding, subtracting, dividing. Here we distribute the -4 to each respective term. -4z squared plus 8z minus 12z squared plus 3 plus 18z minus 27. Now we collect our like terms. -4z squared is like the -12z squared. That's -16z squared. And then I have 8z plus 18z, which is 26z. And 3 minus 27 is -24. Next problem similar, but we got multiple variables there, or two variables. -2x times xy distributes. X times x is x squared times y. Over the plus sign, -2 times positive is a negative, and that's -2xy. And then -2y times positive x is another -2xy. And then -2y times -y is positive 2y squared. And we distribute the 3 across and get 3y squared minus 9xy. All right, so I see a -2x squared y. And I don't see any other x squared y's. So I just rewrite that one unchanged. But then we have -2xy minus 2xy minus 9xy. That's -4 minus 9, -13xy. And then we have 2y squared plus 3y squared, which is 5y squared. Okay, the next problem is a monomial times a monomial. And so this one is just where you reorder and put the numbers next to each other, -5 times 7, the x to the 5th times the x, y times y squared times z. So that's -35, x to the 6th, y times y squared is y cubed, and times z. Binomial times a binomial, we take x times x, which is x squared. And the x times 13, which is 13x. Then we do -7 times x, which is -7x, and -7 times 13, which is -91. 13 minus 7 is 6, and minus 91. All right, 5y minus 6 times 2y minus 1. 5y times 2y is 10y squared. 5y times -1 is -5y. -6 times 2y is -12y. And -6 times -1 is a positive 6. And so we collect our like terms in the middle there, 10y squared minus 17y plus 6. All right, now 7x minus 4 squared. there really isn't any fast way to do this other than just rewriting the binomial twice and doing FOIL. 7x times 7x is 49x squared. 7x times negative 4 is negative 28x. Negative 4 times 7x is negative 28x. And negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. So we collect the like terms in the middle there, and we get 49x squared minus 56x plus 16. Now we have a binomial times a trinomial, so we just have to distribute this 3a to every one of those terms. 3a times 9a squared is 27a cubed. 3a times 6a is 18a squared. 3a times 4 is 12a. Now we do the same thing for the negative 2 and distribute it back. Negative 2 times 9a squared is negative 18a squared. Negative 2 times 6a is negative 12a. And negative 2 times positive 4 is negative 8. Those middle terms cancel out, and we get 27a cubed minus 8. Another binomial times a binomial. So we distribute the 3x squared to the y, and that gives us 3x squared y. 3x squared times negative 2 is negative 6x squared. Then we have negative 1 times y, which is negative y, and negative 1 times negative 2, which is positive 2. Well, I was getting ready to say equals something, but you know what? There aren't any like terms there. So that's our answer. All right, so then we started dividing. These are pretty simple if you remember to distribute the 6xy to each term. And then you simplify each of those monomial division problems. The y's cancel. The x squared over x is x. Negative 3 over 6 is negative 1/2. The 3 goes into 6 2 times. 21/6. 3 goes into 21/7, and 3 goes into 6 twice. The x's cancel, and y cubed over y is y squared. The third one, the 6's cancel. The x cubed over x is x squared. And the y squared over y is y. And the last division by monomial. This one's even easier because there's just two terms to distribute the 2 to. 6 over 2 is 3, and 8 over 2 is 4. That just equals 3y minus 4. All right, so then we got into division by binomials. And if I'm going to divide x squared minus 2x minus 6 by x minus 3, we take the first term in the dividend and divide it by the first term in the divisor, and that gives us x. That goes right above that x term right there. So that's divide. Now we multiply. X times x is x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. Now we subtract. That means change the signs. X squared minus x squared is 0. Negative 2x plus 3x is x. Now we bring down the negative 6 and we start over again. X divided by x is 1. And now we multiply. 1 times x is x, and 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. And now we subtract. Change the signs. Cancel. Negative 6 plus 3 is negative 3. So we write the answer as quotient x plus 1 plus negative 3 over x minus 3. Okay, if our dividend is a cubic, and we see the cubic and the square and the constant term, that means we're missing the x term. So when I write the problem, I need to put in a little bit of space for that x term, and we put a 0 in front of it just for a placeholder because 0 doesn't change anything. And so our divisor is x plus 3. So we start over and we go first term divided by first term, which gives us x squared. Now we multiply. X squared times x is x cubed. X squared times 3 is 3x squared. And now we subtract. We subtract by changing the signs. X cubed minus x cubed is 0, and negative 5x squared minus 3x squared is negative 8x squared. Now we bring down and start over again. Negative 8x squared divided by x is negative 8x. That goes as the second term in my answer. And now I distribute or multiply. The negative 8x by x is negative 8x squared, and negative 8x times 3 is negative 24x. Now we subtract. Really means just change the signs. Negative 8x squared plus 8x squared is 0. And 0 plus 24 is 24. And now we bring down. 24x divided by x is 24. And now we distribute the 24 to the x and to the 3, which gives us 72. We subtract by changing the signs. And negative 3 minus 72 is negative 75. And so our final answer is x squared minus 8x plus 24 plus negative 75 divided by x plus 3. Okay, so here's a problem they probably haven't really seen before. Find the area of the entire rectangle. When we multiply binomials together, that's essentially what we're doing. We're finding the area of a rectangle. So there's two ways to do this problem. The first way is look at individual boxes. And if this box has dimensions x by x, then its area is length times width, which is x squared. And if this box is a 12 by x, its area of length times width is 12x. And if this box has dimensions x by 3, then its area is 3x. And then this box has dimensions 12 by 3, which is 36. And when we add up all the areas, we get x squared plus 3x plus 12x plus 36, which is x squared plus 15x plus 36. And the units on these things, when they have feet on them, area is always measured in square feet. Now, the second way to do it is to realize that the dimensions of the whole entire rectangle are x plus 12 and x plus 3. And the area is length times width, so we would do x plus 12 times x plus 3. And then we would FOIL that out, giving us x squared plus 3x plus 12x plus 36, or x squared plus 15x plus 36. All right, so then we got into our properties of exponents. We said that when you have a power on the outside of parentheses, everything on the inside gets that same exact exponent. And negative 2 squared is positive 4. X cubed squared is x to the 6th. And y squared squared is y to the 4th. Same thing for the next one. Cube the 2. And y to the 0, well, we don't have to cube anything there because that's just 1. And 1 cubed is just 1. Two to the 0 is 1, and 4 to the negative 1 is 1/4. You add those together, you either write 1 1/4, or you get a common denominator. 1 is 4/4 plus 1/4, which is 5/4. Either one is suitable. 1 1/4 or 5/4. 4/9 to the negative 1. Negative 1 as an exponent means to take the reciprocal of 4/9, which is 9/4. All right, negative 7 to the negative 2, or I should say the opposite of 7 to the negative 2. It says to do the reciprocal first, 1/7 squared, but the negative is not attached to that square there. So it's just a negative out in front, and 7 squared is 49. Negative 1/49. Just for reference, if the negative 7 was actually in parentheses, then we would take the reciprocal of negative 7 and then square that, which would be a positive 1/49. All right, y cubed over y to the negative 7. The way I approached these was by saying that y to the negative 7 in the denominator goes to the top as a positive 7. which is y to the third times y to the seventh. So 3 plus 7 makes 10. Or what some people will do is use the rule that you subtract the denominator's exponent from the numerators. 3 minus negative 7 is 3 plus 7, which is y to the 10th. All right, the opposite of x to the fourth divided by 2x to the negative 2 times y to the sixth. So notice how the negative's in parentheses this time. I'm going to get rid of all my negative exponents first, except for the one on the outside. X to the negative 2 goes to the top as x squared, and we have a y to the sixth. 2 in the denominator, and go ahead and put the negative on that guy. Now we'll take reciprocals. Negative 2y to the sixth divided by x to the fourth, x squared. Now that I look at that again, that has the exponents adding, which gives me x to the sixth. So I took the reciprocal. Now it's positive 2. Now we square everything. Negative 2 squared, y to the sixth squared, and x to the sixth squared. Negative 2 squared is 4. Y to the sixth squared is y to the 12. And x to the sixth squared is x to the 12. All right, last one here. Inside those parentheses, they're on the same level, so their exponents add to each other. Y to the negative 4 plus negative 5 is y to the negative 9. Now our exponents multiply. Negative 9 times negative 2 is 18, or y to the 18th. All right, and so now the last set of problems. These are supposed to be pretty easy, but what happens, a lot of people mess up their rules. So remember, you can add like terms. We can always add like terms, but you can't add unlike terms. But you can multiply anything. X squared times x squared, we add the exponents and give us x to the fourth. X squared plus x squared. Since they are like terms, we can add them together, and we achieve the sum of these two by adding the coefficients. 1 plus 1 is 2. X cubed times x squared. We can multiply anything we like by adding the exponents. 3 plus 2 is 5. But you can't add unlike terms, so you say that this is simplified already. Or you can just write in there, you can't add. That is your answer. X cubed plus x squared. All right, so this test is going to be pretty short. It's just one chapter, chapter 5. It's going to be a lot shorter. Yeah, you can skip that, Chastity. I didn't think it's that important. There's nothing on scientific notation on the test. Yeah. Not that it's that hard, but it's not that important. Okay, do you guys have any other questions? So you do. Okay. Let me finish up the seminar. I'm going to stop the recording and then I'll answer any questions you guys have. So I do need to state this in the recording that I need to still cover section 6.2. And my thinking is that I'll either do it Thursday morning or Friday, just so that I have a recording available so you guys can watch that so that you can get your homework done by Sunday. So this coming week, the exam week, you just have to do 6.1 and 6.2, and I've only lectured on 6.1. So I will be doing 6.2, and I'll send you guys an email and I'll put it in the announcements in case you can make it. It'll be at an odd time, so I understand if nobody makes it, but I do have to get the recording out there.